welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bella Ndichu, and this is my first trip to Mombasa this year 2025. Actually the first trip ever to Mombasa. So I've been planning this for a while now, and I decided why not. So we're using the SGR, that is full for standard gauge railway, and it is the largest infrastructure project, one of the largest actually in Kenya. So I've been hearing about it, and I decided I had the choice to use road or air, but I decided my first trip should be by train. A little bit of the SGR. So we're supposed to embark on this journey by 10 p.m. to around 4 a.m. in the morning. So this trip I planned it on Friday night. So I will arrive in Mombasa by Saturday morning, which was a very good plan. So we had to locate our seats inside. It's a very good means of transport, and also it's affordable. So on the budget side, it's very friendly. Also, many people seem to really depend on this one because it was fully packed. So I was very happy knowing that this is my first trip and I will enjoy. So come along with me. So inside, the cabins are calm, and there's a sense of quiet anticipation. And from your window, you'll catch the silhouettes of hills, flickering lights of small towns, and the gentle rocking of the train. It makes the ride soothing, perfect for napping and just enjoying the stillness of the night. And the best part is you'll be able to know the speed of the train. You'll be able to know the time from the display up there. So most of the time you'll find people, they sleep and they wake up after some time. So it's actually one of the most beautiful journey I've experienced so far. So between Voi and Mtitwandei, the train runs through Tsavo National Park, one of the largest Kenya's wildlife reserves. So we are about to arrive our destination. Yay, finally. We're just a few minutes away. So we had booked an Airbnb and we'd sure be sorted after this. Yeah. See you in the morning. Oh, and by morning I mean later in the day. Yeah. Good morning from this coast side of Kenya. So it's a beautiful morning. Mombasa is beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. To be honest, I really didn't know what to expect, but it's giving great vibes, and I'm so happy I took this trip. So we had a few plans going on for the day, starting with we had to visit Fort Jesus. So that's where we're headed now. So Mombasa is Kenya's oldest city, dating back over 1,000 years. It began as a Swahili settlement and became a major trading port along the East African coast. So Arabs, Persians, Indians, and later the Portuguese, Omanis, and British all passed through Mombasa. So this is a city rich in history. It's a city rich in heritage and traditions. So our first stop was the Fort Jesus, and as you can see, I'm with a friend of mine. Hi guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel. So we are currently in Mombasa, and this is Fort Jesus. There's so many little things to say here. So it's just the colonial thing. I don't even know what this is about, but yeah, I'm about to study that and see what it's all about. So it's an old building, kind of. Yeah, so this is one of the historical things of Kenya. Things that Kenya is proud about. Yeah. So I don't know much about this place, but yeah. Yeah. But what is it? To discover my history, what was this about?
No, members of the YouTube channel, this is where Jesus wanted to come.
But he landed on the land.
You know, when Jesus came down, he came down
from heaven.
But when he landed
in Fort Jesus. But then why is it called Fort Jesus?
I don't know. Maybe we should get a tour guide.
But by this we have paid for a tour guide. I'm going to go back for the tour guide. Ilikuwa inatumika kufanya nini by the way?
Walikuwa wanatumia sana sana wakati wa
war.
Yes.
The
Portuguese were using this place. Walikuwa wanaweza kuona because most of the time they used to use the sea. So walikuwa wanaweza kuona opponents wakikuja. Then they do. So you can see they have a lot of bombing wherever.
Yeah,
so that they can be able to attack
the enemies.
Yes. Alafu pia kuna some zinaitwaje? Like wako na some cells. Hizo cell wana nini? Walikuwa na jail watu.
And do those cells still exist?
Yeah, they do. I don't know if they allow
to check.
These are the cells that comes with.
You
see? This one.
With what? Yeah, you're the tour guide.
Now let's wait for the tour guide to explain so much. I may be saying things that I don't.
Who is the tour guide? Happy I want to talk to the tour guide. So a little history about Fort Jesus. It was built in 1593 by the Portuguese. So the fort is shaped like a man lying on his back, symbolizing the body of Christ. For over 400 years, it was the stage for battles between the Portuguese, the Arabs, and later the British, all fighting to control the Indian Ocean trade. So it was a place for trade. And if we look at the walls and the bastions, so the coral stone walls, over 1.5 meters wide. At each corner are bastions, raised towers where cannons once pointed at the ocean. So imagine Portuguese soldiers keeping watch, protecting ships filled with gold, ivory, and spices. So that's why when you say Mombasa, Mombasa is a full home for richness and culture. So, when you step onto the fort's walls and look at the Indian Ocean, this view, it explains why so many fought for this place. And the ocean was a lifeline, bringing wealth, culture, and power. So Fort Jesus stands as a reminder of those struggles and of Mombasa's place in the world history. Look at these massive coral stone walls, over 4 centuries old. So they were built so thick and high that no ordinary weapon could break through them. Imagine the sound of the ocean waves crashing outside while soldiers inside kept guard, ready for attack at any moment. Now, notice the bastions. The Portuguese soldiers mounted their cannons aiming out to the sea. Notice these walls. These are not just walls. They were shields of power. From behind them, the Portuguese controlled the harbor, protecting their ships filled with gold, ivory, and spices. So to any approaching enemy, these walls must have looked impossible to breach. And these are not just stones, they are more than military engineering. They were carved from the reefs of the Indian Ocean. And the rough texture, the walls are made of coral pulled from the sea itself. In a way, the ocean built this fortress as much as man did. So for over 4 centuries, these walls have stood against cannon fire, sieges, storms, and time itself. And yet, they still stand tall, silent witnesses to the battles between the empires and rise of Mombasa as a coastal jewel. So today, when you touch these stones, you are placing your hands on history. Walls that have seen the clash of cultures, the fall of kingdoms, and the resilience of the Swahili coast. Passage of the arches. So these arches, they were more than decoration. They were designed for strength and endurance. They carried the weight of centuries. So for the Portuguese and later the Omanis, these arched corridors were like lifelines, linking barracks to the courtyard, the chapel to the armory, the soldiers' quarters to the gates, and during sieges, men would rush through here, muskets on their shoulders, footsteps echoing off the walls. Then alongside here, you find the ammunition stores, And deep inside these stone chambers, the Portuguese kept their gunpowder and ammunition. So imagine the scene 400 years ago, barrels of powder stacked against the walls, soldiers rushing in and out, and air heavy with the smell of sulfur. So these rooms were the fort's beating heart during battle, and without them, the cannons on the bastions above would have fallen silent. So every spark, every shot fired to defend the fort began here. But these stores were also dangerous. One stray flame, one careless spark, and the entire fort could have been blown apart. That's why they were built with thick, strong coral walls and narrow ventilation slits to keep the powder safe and